Hello, everybody. We are back in Mindustry. So, last night we were able to beat the tar fields. It was a little close, but we ended up actually doing it. So, I spent a good chunk of today actually reformatting the place to try and get it a little bit more viable for a factory place, for a factory level. So, I struggled a lot with this, just kind of getting this set up how I have it now, but I have jammed this entire area full of stuff. It's been a constant back and forth of getting things. So, but I've ended up also unlocking some stuff. So we went ahead and we got the, let's see, what did we unlock? I went ahead and got the vault, which is a bigger version of a container. Container is a 2x2 that holds 300 of each material. This is a 4x4 that holds 1,000 of each. So, in fact, I have a couple of them right here. So, actually, they're 3x3s. My mistake. The containers are 2x2. I think I had a container up here, I think. Anyway, so I've also been learning about the plastanium conveyors and stuff like that. They're a little finicky, so when Zach gets online, I need to ask more about the specifics about them. But for the most part, I've been able to get things kind of done and finished up, so. Let's see, what else did I get? I ended up putting up a lot of resources into the multiplicative reconstructor, which gets our tier 3 units. I'm imagining that we're going to be using the plastanium walls more often than not later on, because the boss had a big laser beam that just kind of raked through and burned all of my defenses, more or less. So it was touch and go for a little bit. Yeah, I also put in a bunch of resources into the core nucleus so we can get a even bigger core. So slowly working on that. Now, a lot of this is still empty. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, I kind of ran out of steam making stuff. And two, there's still stuff I have to go make at some point. This has locations for a lot of other things that we can get. So this is going to be kind of like the main manufacturing hub for majority of the materials. But we haven't made all the materials yet. So there's still a oil pit down here. We still have lots of lead stuff over here. Lots of water for resources and stuff like that. So we will be coming back to this then and again, getting things kind of set up. I don't have any defenses set up. I'm not expecting this place to get attacked. If it does, I'm screwed. At least for the material-wise. However, let's see. If I actually go to the planet, see, nothing around it is looking like it's actually going to attack me. So I think we're okay. I'm still waiting on some of the thorium, but I think we'll be okay otherwise. I had to work my way through and kind of get everything set up here. I did put some defense down. I put down these cyclones. Not like that's going to do a whole lot. Oh, and I forgot. That's what that bridge was for. Oh, okay. There was a bridge here. I was like, what is that for? And I deleted it as I was redoing this pathing. I know why now, because plastanium came from this. So, let's see. I need to do a underflow gate here. And we can do the bridge back over here. So let's see. Bridge here, here. Just to make sure that we have plastinium actually loaded into these things. I have also gotten a couple of new schematics. I decided to go looking for some stuff. So I now have a silicon crucible, which was popping out so much silicon, I was actually a little surprised. It was a lot. We're now being kind of bottlenecked by the lead production. So we might need to actually get more lead at some point to come down here, because this is feeding two things. This is feeding my metaglass, as well as the silicon crucible. We could also make the silicon crucible somewhere else. Another thing is this block right here. This is a differential engine that I found that is actually really nice. It has water extractors attached to it. I was trying to play around and get one that made it so that I pump water in myself. This actually is just really, really nifty. It actually is just really clever. So when you place it down, it has solar panels. Enough solar powers that it actually can get the water extractors running. Once it fills up the water there, then it'll actually start filling up the batteries. And then here's the pyrrhotite mixer. So getting the lead, sand, and the coal into here will start making the pyrrhotite, which goes in between these machines, and then you bring in the titanium here. So it's kind of a self-enclosed unit. I still have to feed it information. I still have to feed it stuff, but I could just as easily remove this pyrrhotite mixture and feed it in pyrrhotite manually. So that's kind of what's going on with those, which is nice. So the fact they're also a little bit kind of self-enclosing, meaning that I'm able to actually get them. I'm actually able to get them started, and they kind of can branch out. So I actually have one in like every major area. So there's one here, and then there's the one that I had down here, and then there's one over here. So having these is actually kind of nice. We've now got 3 factories going here for the plastanium. It's really nice. Hello, Zach. I was just showing off the work I've done so far on this. Last night, at the end of the stream, we ended up beating the tar fields. So, yeah. So I spent a few hours a day trying to get everything set up, and so I really had a question for you. I've got the conveyors hooked up, and this took forever. Just kind of getting these working in a way that kind of makes sense. As I was fiddling with it, I got under the impression that once you go into an area that you could have them all run into one. I tried doing that. The thing is that having all these ones here, yeah. I decided to keep them separate because I feel like that would make the congestion a little bit better. Because I originally had a sorter system, so I had it kind of fingering out to each one. And it was causing kind of a problem because I've got tons of graphite coming in. You see, the graphite can't even keep up. I've got another one up here that's just kind of hard because it's yeah. Well, I actually had to trying to do that, and it was struggling. That's why I've kind of gone with this. Yeah. Yeah, so the way that these are done now is that these are... So what I probably can do is I can go ahead and grab another graphite one here. No, because I don't have a thorium one. Oh, for this one up here? There isn't. I have a unselected one here. But yeah, that is kind of a problem. See, and this is the thing that I'm kind of struggling with, is that when I have things joining in, I'm very used to having them feed into multiple things and then kind of sorting them out. It seems like the P conveyors are not exactly the best adaptable to those, to that kind of work. You kind of have to have one or two resources going into them. If you go for lots of merging and stuff like that, then it becomes more of a problem. Yeah. So when it comes to something like this, where I have the titanium that's coming down, this actually took a little while to get this actually working the way I wanted to. I had it coming in with like flows and stuff like that. It was just kind of a mess. And yeah, so so for long-term, what is the titanium for? It is for feeding the plastanium. I've got 3 factories going. One here, and one here. It's for the plastanium. It's for feeding the differential generators. Stuff like that. Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, and this is kind of what I've learned from doing this over and over, is that when I'm going someplace and I don't need the materials to go anywhere, in terms of like splitting it off or breaking into different areas, more or less, except for certain instances, use the plastanium because it has the highest throughput, the highest output of materials. But once I get into an area where I actually need to split things off, or I'm adding things, I need to kind of break into the titanium, because I've noticed that if you have sections where okay, yeah, because when I have situations where I have things that, see, I've got other stuff that's coming in here, so I have to figure something out here. Because I've got coal that's up here that's left over from when that's left over from both the pyrite and the thing here. Okay. So I can actually unload from the side as well. That's actually really nice. Okay, so okay. Is there an upgraded version of the unloader, or is it just the unloader? Just the one. All right. Because I've also noticed that doing anything bridges wise is actually kind of annoying with the conveyors. I finally have a system that works out pretty well, but I can't change any of the outputs for the most part on these, because if I do, they clog up the system. Is there a height? They also slow things down, yeah, because you're having to break down the packages, transfer everything over, and then repackage them, yeah. Is there any kind of limit on like bridge stacking other than just like surface area? Or is it good for the most part? So I just do like bridge over bridge over bridge over bridge. I fear I'm gonna make just this tangled knot that's gonna be really hard. Yeah. There's not a bridge limit. Okay. So I guess what actually would make more benefit is actually having this come down and getting rid of these bridges so they're just going through, as well as... Well, I guess that would... Yeah, if I have these things running into here, if they all run into one or two, and don't have the bridge there, it actually would be a little faster. 1 or 2 conveyors? Okay. What I read online is that some people, if you have to sort stuff, doing it through containers like this with the unloaders is kind of your only option. Otherwise, they kind of get gunked up. So, and I guess I really don't need to sort these out. They're just going into my base. Yeah, I don't need to sort. I sorted it out because I was getting frustrated with the bridges and stuff, but if I can avoid bridges when I can, yeah. Well, why don't we go ahead and do a little rework here and get this kind of running as we need. Let me go ahead and As much as I love the polys, they're kind of annoying when when we're just kind of hovering around an area because they like to kind of like just to sit there and just take up screen space. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of these. Just want to dump all the thorium out. Then we'll get rid of these containers, see if we can make it work a little better. The only thing I really had to try and keep working was the titanium, because it actually is going into something that can only take titanium. So I had overloads and all kinds of stuff in here that was just not working very well. See, this is what happens. We get this clog. So what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and do this. Please, I'm all ears. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of get the idea. I think for the most part, I got it figured out. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of all this. No, but honestly, in this case, it makes more sense. You've had more experience with the game. I'm still kind of dealing with this mechanic and trying to gain the nuances of it, because it sometimes doesn't act the way I was expecting it to, and it honestly was just becoming annoying. Like, legitimately, it was just being annoying, so. And for a long time, I actually had this, then it was feeding out underneath here and actually going into this machine itself, and I thought, it actually makes more sense to just actually have it dump in like everything else and pull out with the unloader. So. Okay, so we could have this go in, in, yeah, I do know about that. I also haven't made a schematic, because apparently you can launch schematics, which I don't know how that works. Gotcha. There's a big chunk of the map that's still not done because we're going to be having other things that we need to make, so... Okay. Down to there. Yeah, that's what I did with this one. As you see, I actually just went through and wiped basically everything off the map, and then I started fresh. It took a little while because then I actually had to do a couple iterations because I needed to get the power up, I needed to get things to make the power go, and all that. Yeah, it was not particularly friendly. See, this is what I'm talking about, is that we have this giant throughput right now, and because I have all of the stuff, for the most part, maxed out wise, in terms of the... See, and this is the problem. We have titanium over here. I guess we need to take the titanium, make a bridge, and put it over on the other side. So let's go ahead and... Yeah. I am trying to get something set up so then when I inevitably fail, because I know I will, I can come back here and I can just start getting a bunch of materials. Yeah. That's the big deal. Is that, I think it was last week? Last week I was trying to beat, I think it was Perilous Harbor. And I had to restart a couple times because I just had no materials. So I was struggling. Okay, but if we take, actually, no, we'll keep that for a second. Oy. I guess we could put that unloader anywhere. Let's move the let's move it in a place where we can kind of yank that over. Instead of doing that or that. There we go. That's empty now. I am liking being able to use the armored conveyor belts to kind of block things from getting in, though. I do like that. That aspect has been nice. Yeah. I think that I have noticed, though, is that they don't like making turns in cramped areas. So, like, I'll show you an example. A place where I actually was struggling with it a little bit. I had to reformat things a little bit. Was it here? No. It was here. I tried putting them in between here, and when I tried taking a left here with the armored, it didn't like it. It was actually taking the coal out of this drill. Yeah. So yeah, I was able to figure out, okay, let's do a bridge instead. I'm not necessarily a big fan of putting bridges over these, but that's a personal finicky, picky thing that I do. So, anyway, we've still got a little bit in here left. Little bit left, but yeah, I guess that's true. I'm max on everything, so no point in doing so. The only thing I don't want to waste is the thorium, because the thorium is still needed for some of my research. But yeah, I actually went kind of crazy with this one. I actually moved water over for like all the titanium and for the thorium and for some of the other stuff. I do feel like I'm not, I kind of wish I was able to figure out how to use the oil, the pump for the oil a little bit more, because as of right now, these seem a little overkill, but who knows? I'm probably going to pull off those again, but yeah, doing a couple of my graphite ones in here, and it's just pumping out graphite. I need to look for something that's a bit more impressive. And, well, no, I have the silicon, yeah. Let me show you this one. I have this down here. Found this one online. This is silicon crucible. And honestly, this thing has been pumping out like crazy. No lead, yeah. I'm stupidly taking lead for both the for both the metaglass and this. So it's... Anyway. I'm actually not using the metaglass very often, so what I probably should do is actually just remove this stuff here. Yeah. And I don't know how to make them go faster. I really don't. Because I'm giving them, well, this is a bad example. This is a bad example. Like, I've thrown as much titanium in here as I can, and yet we still have buildings that are, yeah. Well, it's a little tricky right now because these also take lead for this. So yeah, that is just a bad spot. I should probably do something different there. Turn off take away one of the kiln sets here and just do one or something, because I actually don't do metaglass that often. And when I do, it's the conduit stuff. I get the stuff back really quickly. So anyway, this is a sector we'll come back to at some point. I have a bunch of monos right now, so they're keeping me stocked up on my copper and things like that. So anyway, we are maxed out on the stuff that we need for the time being, and we'll come back here and we'll make more stuff here. If we're able to make, I don't know what else is needed to be made research-wise. And then reset. I probably shouldn't have used it on the nucleus. I should have used it on other stuff. I mean, I'm not going to be using thorium at the beginning of the next sector, so we can work on getting that stuff. And I would imagine that the next power source I get is the thorium reactors, which I've heard about. Need to go get a schematic that has some logic attached to those, so I don't blow myself up. Yeah. The only concern is making sure that you have the cryo and then having a little logic set up so they don't go kaboom. Precisely. No, but these differential ones, Logic's for the weak. I mean, it never hurts to be careful. But yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad that I found this schematic. This has actually been a nice little schematic to have. Okay. Let's go ahead and we opened up a couple areas. So let's see. So facility 32M, it's a medium. We have the nuclear, there we are, probably our thorium. And then we have the Tainted Woods. Let's do a medium threat. I kind of want to do a medium threat. I think that sounds nice. Okay. Launching. Oh my goodness. Okay. Lots of ruins. Yep. Lots of materials. Look how much copper there is. Whoa. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The fact that this was other people trying to take this, trying to take back these sectors. Huh. Okay, so I saw that we have titanium down there. Titanium is kind of at a premium right on this map. Except for right where the boss is, right where the goons are going to drop in. I think what annoys me the most is that copper doesn't have a whole lot in the way of stuff that you use. It's the basic building material, but you don't use it for anything else other than the basics, essentially. Oh. Well then, if I eventually use it, that's gonna be a different story entirely. Okay. Hey, where is our... there's not really a good place to put down defense cutoff. We've got 3 canyons. 2 of them are fairly big. Can't go further back. It just opens up. We do have quite a bit of water. Okay. Containers, there's blast mixtures here. Have I unlocked the blast thing? I think I have. No, I've unlocked separator. Not the blast mixer. It's probably pyrotype mixture. That probably goes to capture facility 32M. Yes. So okay, so I'm seeing some titanium. Okay, so the line is about here. Now, I do wonder, I might be able to make it so then I can make a little bit of a kill corridor naturally out of this section here. I like the thought of that. Okay. Well, first things first, we need to get water. Oh, we need to get power up. And I have a nice little cushion spot in here that has nothing material-wise here. Yup, it's a little too big. Darn it. Let's see. Might not actually be a good case for else here? Oh, this place doesn't have a lot of sand. Oh, no, it has. It does. It's dark sand. Never mind. Sand seems to be one of those things that's very, very common to find on maps. I can't remember a single map that I've been on that has not had sand of some sort. Okay. Well, if we're going to play defensive, let's actually try and put defenses up here and kind of do a choke point. And there's our lines. All right. When it says block automatic power connections, does that mean I can't move, I can't put power across these things? I can't transfer power nodes? Okay, so then what does it mean by blocks automatic power connections? Oh, you just have to manually do it? Okay. Well, I usually do that anyway, because it grabs, because the power nodes will grab anything and everything that it can connect to, rather than just the stuff you need. Ah. Yeah, the previous Guardian was one. Big old laser beams. A kid jumped right over me and blasted a car with his laser vision. Yeah, I did notice that. So at this point, so we were using titanium. Now we should be using the plastanium. I don't think because the thorium is just a better version of titanium, but these will actually block. Do you know what I also need? I need some polys. So we need to get power up. We need to get polys going. So let's see. Not a whole lot right there. If I flip it around. Oh, I'm sure I will. I'll panic. You'll know. All right, let's see. So we got some coal here. Lots of lead. Lots of area for scrap. A little coal here. Not enough to actually go hunting for, though. ahead and flip this around. Okay. Let's see. Water slowly creeping up and in. Go ahead and do another unloader. Make that titanium. And I'm actually going to do armored conveyor here, so we don't goof with the inputs there. We also have a need of making some lights around here. I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay. We need to start feeding some of this back in. Let's see, if we're getting power going. Not quite. We're getting there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and break this stuff down. Let's break down what we can, so we're not just breaking down everything. Okay, we got lead. Let's go ahead and grab this lead. Excuse me. Actually, you know what? Where those are not exactly the best spots. This is where this can get a little tricky. We're going to go ahead and break these down, because they're kind of in the way. Okay, there. In the bed and the coal. There we go. Feed it in. Get power out. Ha 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 ha! Fabulous! Alright. Hey, Chase. I was able to beat Tarfields last night. Kind of by the skin of my teeth, but I made it. Yeah, I spent some time today kind of making it... working on making it more of a factory level. We're going to come back to it, because a majority of the map is not covered. But yes, we are starting on... What do we get? Which one is this one? It is the... Facility 32M. Which makes me think that I'm getting the thorium generator after this. Let's see. Power... Yeah, that'll do. Okay. I actually want to change you to that direction. I want to have Monos immediately just jumping in and starting to grab things. Let's see. I gotta get some defenses down. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I need to get air defenses up. If I don't, I'm gonna get firebombed. Let's see. Probably right here. Probably the closest place they're gonna come. This is Facility 32M. It is at the top here, right next to Stained Mountains. look at the map, yeah, the other options were doing the nuclear production complex or Tainted Woods. Oh yeah, I don't get the thorium reactors from this one. I get the blast compound, the blast mixture. I think. Because there's blast mixers here. Now I could get the lead, but I could also fire scrap, which is closer and a bit more readily available. Okay. Scatterguns. So 60 is the max. Okay, I'll get that going. Once the second one's built, we're going to switch over to start making it, turning them into polys. So I just need to get some polys going. Let's see. Get some walls. Large copper walls to get us started, I think. And then I grab some titanium going. I could actually grab a fuse. Actually has very little in the way of range. There's really no other way that they're going to get to me quickly without having to destroy a bunch of blocks or something. Yeah, we'll put that there. I think that works. All right. Okay, next thing we need to do. Got power going. We're getting units built. You know what I really should do? I need to change this around. Okay, sand, coal. Okay. That seems to be working the way I want it to. The big blue turret is called a fuse. Let's see. Go to my core schematics here. The salvo was kind of like your rapid fire close range. This is like a shotgun. Supposedly. We'll see how good it is at the moment here. Oh! Okay. Well, that was cool. I think it did indeed. Just a bit. All right. I have a couple polys attached to me now. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Let's see. I need to have you join me. Now we can work on actually building some stuff. Yeah, I only found that out a little bit ago. Yeah. Yeah, because normally you can only do on the 90-degree axis. If you drag it, you can do it. Yeah, I didn't find that out through the game. I found that out through when I was watching logic tutorials. Somebody did that. I was like, oh, wait, how did he do that? That's how. Plastanium walls look like maybe think of like a jelly bean or a gummy bear or something. Something kind of yummy and chewy. That tastes of like green apple. You see it too? Okay, so what do we have? Oh, I have units that go over the walls. That won't help. My gosh, okay. Yep, already got Atraxes. I don't know if I can actually get out any turrets that actually would do the job. I'm gonna see if I can do some damage before they get further down. Yep, they just go around the walls or go up the walls. Well, I'm keeping that one very specifically open. I'm keeping that area open because that's gonna be a killing corridor. That is intentional. Because then I can have them having to walk around that, and I can have things just firing at them the entire time. That's the intention there. We have any lead around here? We do have some lead. This is a schematic I found for silicon. So it is for the silicon crucible. I just have to put it in the right spot. That'll be fine there. Let's see. We need to yoink the power up there. No, it is sand and coal. No. Hang on a second. Oh, I'm actually trying to remember. So I think it takes three things because it's making. Because this is the shoot, I'm trying to remember now. Lead, coal, and sand. Right. Yeah, so the crucible requires yeah, where does it say? Silicon crucible. Here we are. Refined silicon from sand and coal uses pyrrhotite as an additional heat resource, more efficient in hot locations. So you feed in the lead in the sand, the lead, the coal, and the sand in to make the pyrrhotite, and then the yeah. So kind of an interesting buildup. Yeah, so let's get our power. Let's get our power running up there if we can. I'm not sure why. Actually. It just says that you need it. We'll have it cross there. Comes up here. We'll have it tucked kind of like there. So that's why the pyrrhotite mixers, because the coal, the sand, and so you're using up the sand, which is making from silicon, but you make the pyrrhotite, which heats up the crucibles. Okay. So now that I've got power up here, what's our power looking like? Oh, plenty. Plenty. Okay, then we can take the laser drill here. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Like I said, it's a schematic. It's a schematic I found online. So somebody else has made it. And honestly, it was the nicest looking one. That wasn't tiny, indefensive, or huge. Like people were popping out ones that were like twice as many crucibles. It's like I don't have all that room. All right, Zach, I will see you tomorrow night for Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, so we're now hooked up to those. And we need the lead. Thankfully, we have lead over here. Lots of lead. And here, because we're going to be potentially in the line of fire, let's use the let's use some armored. Oh, and those aren't powered yet. Yeah, I need to have something down to deter a little bit. Oh, yeah, we can do the salvos. The salvos can go off of copper. And then once we get the silicon going, we can have the... Yeah, let's do that. Okay. What are you playing? I'm curious. Minecraft? Hey, nothing wrong with Minecraft. I like watching the modded Minecraft myself. There's a well-known British YouTube group called Yogscast. And I've been watching them do a series. They get into some pretty crazy stuff, though. Yeah, they're you never heard of them? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they are nice. They're coming over this way. Fire! Fire! Yeah, so the Yogscast, it used to be really big, and then it kind of and then they kind of shrunk down a little bit, and they're still pretty manageable sized. They do a lot of like modded Minecraft with some curated content. Like they'll make events happen that wouldn't normally happen in the game. They'll have people show up. What do you want? We can do one of these poly healers. When you come back, I'll continue. All right. Now, let's see. Oh, that's right. And there we go. Hey. There we go. Are you back, Chase? Okay. Yeah, so Yogscast has done things in Minecraft and stories using certain mod packs and stuff like that. One of their best known is the Jaffa Cake Factory. So, if you're not aware of Jaffa Cakes, they are a sweet over in Britain, or in the UK at least. I don't know how widespread they are, but the thought, so they wanted to make a factory in Minecraft that would actually produce them, which so required getting a lot of mod packs that worked, and doing a little bit of like custom textures and stuff to make like the items themselves, and then they made the whole thing. They have been, it was a couple years ago, so I'm behind the curve, but they decided that they wanted to redo that stuff, but they want to do them even bigger. So they started doing Jaffa Cake Factory 2. And so they're using a whole different kind of set of mods and stuff like that, but they get kind of off on tangents. They do things other than, you know, what they're mainly meant to do. So it's just kind of funny to see them kind of mess around, doing different kinds of things. All right, now yeah, and it's one of those things like that's kind of silly, or like why would they do that? No, they actually have some fun, and it's fun to see them kind of interact and try and figure things out and things like that. So, what I didn't even realize is that I could do Plastanium walls that line up along here, and that would block even more damage. Woo! Let's do that. Have to break that down. If we did this, that blocks anything kind of leaping this way. Okay, how long do I have? A minute? That's fast enough. I can do that. Break that down. We're gonna get the let's get the salvos in there. But we're also gonna get hail. Let's see. Let's see. What else do we want to put turret-wise? Yeah, we're gonna want to have a ripple up set up somewhere. We'll have two of them set up. That'll be fine. Actually, you know what? Let's put it here instead. Like that. Okay, let's see. We then need to throw in a mender here. It actually works perfectly. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Now, how do we want to go about doing this? Oh. Okay. Can the Swarmer? No, it takes Pyrotite. Never mind. I don't have any anti-air at the moment, which is kind of concerning. Yep. Big old nasty fuse. Stick a mechanical pump on it. Do a nice little backup for anything that tries to get through. But instead of doing a hail there, let's go ahead and do... Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Actually, no, because the fuse takes titanium or thorium. Oh, come on. Looks like they're testing out both directions. I mean, if my base is about to get destroyed, I'm kind of screwed as is, so. Okay. Now that I feel like we've got the base kind of defended, well, not quite. Oh, what does the cyclone take? Asinium surge. Okay. Oh, you know what I could do? I need to get some waves up when things get lit on fire. Oh, do you know what I could do instead? Instead of doing that, let's go ahead and have this head back to base so I can get my silicon back, because I'm actually running low. Good. This is far more this is far more nasty than than over here. So we're willing to attack over here. Good. Nope, and that was the point. I want them to ignore the left side. I want them to try focusing on the other. Very much intentional. Okay. So I wanted to come down, way down here, and have everything come kind of through this area. Okay. I keep forgetting what this needs. Okay. Okay. That is my resource line, essentially. Okay, let's start sending the extra silicon down this way. Need an unloader. Off it goes. Have we made all of our... We have. Okay. Let's see, how many of the... Yeah, I don't think we need any more in the way of units. Let's go ahead and delete those. Take that stuff there. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so got that done. Um, it doesn't quite work though, does it? Here, let's change this. There we go. That works. Zoomed right on down here and into the system. Hey, good. Oh, that's perfectly fine, Chase. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow for more Guardians of the Galaxy. Be interesting to see where we get to from here. All right, you too. Get some good rest. Oh, I'll get there eventually. Oh, there they are. I knew it. Okay, need to figure out some anti-air. Hey. Let me see. If I take a kiln. Actually, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're getting some metaglass. We then can take that. You know what I'm going to do as well? I think... Actually, you know what? Let's change this. If I do this instead, have this go... This... 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 That actually is a little better. We will then change this setup here. Because then I can take the rotary pump I'll actually do an impulse pump. Let's go ahead and do a... We need to do a liquid router. Okay, now I can do a router. Phone all charged up. Okay, we got water. We got that. Fabulous. Fabulous. Haha. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, those work so well. Blammo! All right. Oh, I love it. I feel like I'm doing such a good job this time. All right. Let's see. I need to send some of this stuff back down. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boom, boop, boom, boom. It is the best spot there, huh? Ba-ba-da-doo-doo. Ba-da-da-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo. Okay. Okay, we are slowly running out of titanium. We need to get more titanium into the factory. Hey, seem to be doing okay so far. How's my power doing right now? Okay, we should probably get some stuff going. All right. Do 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 do. Okay. Oh, wonderful. That's exactly what I want to see. I guess there's not any thorium on this map, huh? Haven't seen any. Probably avoid anything that makes thorium. Yeah, so we need to lay off the armored conveyor. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Down, down, down. I need a better pump. Let's do a rotary pump. Okay, let's see. Bum. Hmm. Boo. That's better. Okay. Now that I've done that, okay, let's get an overflow gate here. Boom, boo, doo, 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 doo. Oh, that was what I was going to make. It was going to be that. Get more titanium. Okay, let's get some more of the titanium going. There we go. Everything seems to be going good so far. Good to see that. Bum ba bum, bum ba 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 bum, bum ba bum bum. Do, 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 do. Okay, we're about to beat this one. Really like it feels nice. Feels good. Feels good to be able to properly defend and plan out against something. let's start. 34 enemies. Oh, quite a number. Oh, man. Cyclones are amazing. 2 cyclones. Just 2 cyclones. No other anti-air or dedicated anti-air. And I just absolutely destroyed them. Oh, that felt really good. Sweet. So, this one's done. Yep, there we are. Blast Mixer. Lovely. It mixes blast compound from pyrite and spore pods. So, that's something new that we can make. Okay, well, wonderful. I think we're going to go ahead and head back to the tar fields and do a little bit of work making some stuff. So, and getting just some stuff in general done. So, let's go ahead and mark that off. That's good. Check. Go. So, we now need to get pyrite and spore pods together to make the next thing. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the laser drills here and open up this area for more things to join us here out for the factory. So. We don't have a pyrite factory, so why don't we go ahead and try and get a couple of those up. Let's get one up. We can worry about other stuff later. Actually, you know what? Let's flip that around. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Conduit. Pulse generator. Pulse conduit. Okay. Slowly getting in some oil. Getting coal going. Actually, feeling just a touch cold. Go ahead and turn the fan off here. All right, let's see. Actually, what? There we go. Push those drills pretty crazy. Uh-oh. We run out of water? We did. Ah, I see what's happened here. Why is it not getting water? It should be getting water. I'm confused. Here, let's move this. I think this is... Well, there's no power. What happened to all the power? Uh-oh. Something's gone wrong. We've lost power. Not good. It's just a major drain, I guess. Hang on. Let's get the... Got blackout. There we go. Got the nucleus, which is, I think, the biggest biggest core we can get. Let's change this up a little bit, I think. Okay. We're going to do some unloaders. I'm going to get rid of that for a second here. Okay, lead, sand, coal. Lead, sand, coal. Bum, 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 bum. Lead, sand, coal. Okay. That's enough to get our system going. Lovely. But we have no extra power, which is frustrating. We have to research something else to make the big solar panels, which is annoying. Okay, and get the disassembler. Sweet. I think we're actually going to drop out this this particular laser drill. We can just as easily get a bunch of pneumatic drills going, and they'll all do just as good. And it costs us less power. Okay. Okay, well, I need to figure out a way how to get some spore. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end it for tonight. Next time when we get into this next Wednesday, we will get blast component going. I don't think we're gonna store it inside the inside our core. I think that's just a little risky. So we'll do that at a later time. We're probably gonna go ahead and get the nucleus built on here. It requires 4,000 thorium, so I could have actually unlocked that core. But yeah, we'll do that next time. We'll do that next time. We'll get a blast component going, as well as a couple other things. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've been able to enjoy playing it. That last mission was actually kind of nice and chill, so it felt nice to be able to just do that and kind of crank away and finish that up. So anyway. I'm hoping that we can work on getting some better power, because right now differentials are nice, but it seems that we're kind of lacking in power for the time being. So anyway, yeah, we got another thing done. We got some things. Just good progress all around. And another achievement, another one doing Blackout, which was great. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys here next time. We will be playing tomorrow night. We'll be doing Guardians of the Galaxy. And we're going to see how we go to from there. Let's see, what was the last thing that we did? We had gotten to back to Hala's Hope and found out about the great unifier, whatever his name was. Raker, I think? And we're going to see what happened, because we're, at the moment, I think we're going to go see the Matriarch. So, yeah. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate you guys showing up. Chase and Zach, you're always welcome. Yeah, we're going to just continue on with this. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, have a good night and take care.